All right, we are live. Let me adjust something real quick here. Okay, how's it going, everybody? Sorry for the late notice on the stream. Just kind of decided last minute I wanted to stream today. Took yesterday off because I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed with some things, but feeling refreshed today, so ready to get back into it. Also, if there's anybody in the chat, if you could confirm audio and everything's good to go. So I haven't done anything with this since we left off 2 days ago. So we're still in the same exact place. Hey Ben, welcome back to the stream. Good to know. But I did have some conversations with Tomas about how we want to, I guess, approach the date picker / calendar in Melt UI, right? So React Date Picker by itself is just simply a calendar, right? It allows you to select dates, you know, it fires events for certain things like selecting a date, things like that. But of course, we want to actually have like an ARIA date picker, which would kind of look like this, right? And which we would provide, you know, the ARIA attributes to, as well as keyboard navigation to appropriately navigate the months when selecting a date via an input like this, right? But we still want to provide a calendar that could be used by itself, right? I guess the trade-off with just using the calendar by itself is that, you know, it's up to you to apply the appropriate attributes and things like that. Yep, date picker pagination is what we're working on today, at least for the beginning. It shouldn't take too long, I hope, if I don't go down a rabbit hole. So yeah, what I think, or we decided we think is the best approach is to apply, or is to provide, you know, like a calendar type builder store type thing, which would basically be able to give you what we have now. You know, it gives you the dates, you'd be able to customize it, things like that. But then we'd also provide a separate like date picker, which could be used within a form, and that would handle all that stuff as well. And they both use the same calendar under the hood. We would just kind of do things slightly different, kind of like the menus, right? So I'm not sure if you've noticed, but the context menu and the drop-down menu, as well as the menu bar menus, are very, very similar, right? We're using the same like internal menu builder, but depending on what type of menu it is, we do slightly different things, right? So that's kind of what we're going to go for here, I think. But I guess I'm not going to become paralyzed by thinking about that right now. What I want to do is kind of what I've mentioned from the beginning, is kind of get us, you know, feature parity with React Date Picker. And then from there, I'm going to figure out how we can refactor, move things around into its right place to where we can have, you know, a true, you know, ARIA compliant date picker, as well as a calendar that you could use by itself. So if you wanted to create, you know, a Google Calendar clone, in theory, you should be able to do so using our date picker. So that's what we're working on today. But where we left off was with pagination. So if I go back to the date picker here, we can flip through months, and actually let me get rid of some of these other, where is that? Let me just hide these other ones here for now, and we'll just focus on the pagination piece. So right now, you know, we kind of have the buttons in both places, but in reality, we probably want to have them somewhere else. So if I go to the next month, you can see that we flip in October, shifts to the left, and then we get November, September shifts out. There's actually two ways that we could do this, which this is kind of how we're doing it right now, where we flip between the months. Now we can see September and October, and then we can go back and see, hey, what's up, Luca? Welcome to the stream. So this is what we already have, like functional at this point in time. What we don't have is page navigation. And so this is where each time we click the arrow, the months that are in the view are completely out of the view. So we go to the next 2 months, right? So I want to add that option. What's up, Nick? Welcome to the stream. Okay, so page navigation might be a bit trickier. And again, I haven't looked at this code in 2 days, so just take me a bit to kind of get ramped up here. But I know that we ended up, for the multiple months view, we're essentially, creating multiple months and then populating the dates with those months. So when we actually render the calendar on our page, if I go here, we're now going through the different months as month and then getting the dates from that month. And then we're able to render out a different calendar for each month. Thankfully, Ben. Okay, I switched to live chat this time. So again, I know this last stream I was also on top chat and I missed messages and I feel like an asshole afterwards because people asked questions and I just ignored them because I didn't see them. So I'm seeing all chat now. And also, of course, we're just chilling today. We're working on this, but if you guys have any questions or you want to talk about anything, I'm more than happy to do so. Okay, so we got to think about page navigation, right? So with our normal date picker, let me know if the font size and everything is good here. I'm not sure if I zoomed it out or not since last stream. I don't think I did, but it's not going to be super zoomed in because then I can't productively work, but enough that you can see it. Okay, so this is mostly going to have to do with our buttons, right? And this is kind of where we determined, like thinking about the different ways in which you might want to use the calendar is what led us down the rabbit hole of, okay, how do we decide how we actually build these builders out? Some of you had mentioned you wanted to use like a select, or you prefer a select drop down where I can choose the year, I can choose the month, and then pick the date from there, which is fine. So we want to be able to make that as flexible as possible. So perhaps, like a next button is not appropriate. Well, it could be. Because if we're trying to like model, most of the time, most of our builders, we kind of model through these examples here. Now, of course, this isn't like the prettiest looking example, but overall it gives us like a good direction to start from, and then we can add on options later on that make things more customizable. But at least it lets us have the baseline ARIA attributes, understanding how to navigate with the keyboard. So for example, inside of this date picker here, tab will move me between, the different navigation buttons, as well as being able to cancel out. It also goes down into the calendar. But once I get down in the calendar, tab doesn't like move me between the different dates, right? In this case, we want to use the arrow keys for this. And additionally, as we go through, when we get to the last date, if I hit the arrow key again to the right, it's going to switch to the next month. So that's kind of, the more I think about it, we're going to probably have to have, a separate builder for the, an ARIA date picker rather than just a calendar. Hey, Adrian, thank you. I appreciate that. I think your English is good. I understand exactly what you're saying. And you're very welcome. Happy to share. Okay, so this is that song that drives me kind of nuts. Hold on. Need something a little bit more chill to start out with here. Okay, so the next year button and the previous year button are what are responsible for, switching the year. So we basically need to run like a check here if we're in page navigation. Yeah, so page navigation is what will determine if we skip ahead 2 months or we skip ahead 1 month. And really, using Melt in one of my projects that I switched over to Svelte, super handy for a lot of stuff. Works great in tandem with Skeleton. Hey, that's awesome to hear, Connor. Yeah, that's the beauty of Melt, is that you should be able to use whatever styling system you want. You could use it with Daisy UI, you could use it with pretty much anything, because there's not really much styles shipped. Yeah, Nick, I remember you talking about that before. I think that was you that was talking about that, right? There was some type of UI thing that you were looking at doing in Svelte. Yeah, I remember that. Okay, so I think for so I'm gonna do a little bit of weird stuff here. So I'm just gonna do a next button. And what we're thinking too is that we're gonna like expose functions, right? So for some of these things, if you're just using the calendar store, for example, it's gonna be a builder, but it's not necessarily gonna be like an accessible calendar out of the box, because there's no way for us to predict how you're gonna use that calendar. If you're gonna use a select to select the dates, but we are going to try to provide like guidance on, hey, if you want to have a button that moves to the next page, these are the attributes you should have, things like that. But we would just expose functions that would say like, hey, next page or next month or go to next month or something like that, right? And that way you could really build out a really custom calendar, or even your own date picker, right? I will probably use that to build out a date picker for Bits UI as well as Shadsi and Svelte. And I'll apply the attributes, within Bits. But the cool thing is that we give you the power to build out whatever you want. By just having the functions there, you can make whatever, a keyboard shortcut change the month, you can make, whatever. So maybe I just do next page. Let's just do this for now. Or we'll just do next button. And then I actually need to update these are a lot of these things are just Melt internals that allow us to automatically add attributes and things like that. Oh, whoops. And we'll kind of take what we have right now with this one, except what we'll do is we need to check not only the number of months, but we also need to check if they want to use page navigation. So that's going to be an option here. Page navigation will change all months in the view. We'll change the and these comments aren't final, of course. I'm just taking these notes for myself. So page navigation, it's gonna be a Boolean. And a lot of these will be optional to the user. So I should probably just make a lot of these optional already, but it's fine. for now. And then up here in our defaults, I'm going to set page navigation to false. Svelte.foundation domain, that's really cool. I have a lot of Svelte domains, actually. Svelte-like domains for future projects that I want to do. Okay, so where's number of months? This will default to 1. It was probably me. I'm not kidding. I probably have like 15, 10 to 15, something like that. Like I have Svelte libs. I have a few. I'm not logged into my Namecheap on here to show you. Nor do I don't really know if that's a great idea. I've heard of people getting like doxxed or just harassed for certain domains before. So, but some of the ones I have, I redirect them to my YouTube channel, so you know it's mine. But which probably isn't the greatest. But they're not like super rare. But I do have Svelte libs, which is just like sveltelibs.com. And I want to make this like Nux modules for Svelte. If I can find the time. I might wait till Svelte 5 comes out, or the announcement. By the way, are you guys excited about that or what? I'm really interested to see what the overall community's feedback is going to be on Svelte 5 or on the announcement next week. Like, there's gonna be some changes, but I want all of you all and encourage your friends that develop with Svelte to have an open mind, and to, I guess, trust the decisions that are being made. There are some differences, but I promise you everything is for the better. Like, it's gonna make Melt like 10 times more optimized just out of the box. Yeah, Ben. Yeah, I saw a tweet. Someone was concerned about like the back-to-back major releases, but really, if you remember, Svelte 4 was just like a maintenance release to prepare the repo for Svelte 5. And really, it was just like a lot of cleaning up a lot of stuff that was like broken from the beginning, like the transitions, local and global transitions, the scope of lexical scoping of some of the, I think, slot props. Action types, things like that. There was nothing really substantial with Svelte 5 that like was like, whoa, this is a whole new feature. This is a whole new thing, right? I'm sorry, Svelte 4. I don't know what I said there, but Svelte 5 is going to be radical. It's a radical change, but I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to make Svelte even more popular and, of course, more performant. Like, if you think we have reactivity, like really good reactivity in Svelte now, just wait. That's all I'll say. And I'll probably stream after the announcement and talk about it, depending on what gets announced. I don't know what's getting announced specifically. I've seen like a few RFCs. So typically they'll like release the RFCs, I guess, to us to see, to the ambassadors and the other maintainers, the Svelte maintainers, to see, like, get feedback on what are our thoughts. And some of them have been kind of shut down by most of us, in a sense of like, hey, this is a bad idea. But then some of them have been really well received. So I don't know which ones will make it to the Svelte 5. I think Rich is saving that for the announcement, because I haven't seen any updates recently from him. Yeah, I'm super excited. Hey, Jackson. Yeah, of course. Of course. Min and max responsive on the slider component? What do you mean by that? By responsive? What do you mean reactive? They should already be reactive considering they're... But we might be doing like get min. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Okay, so we're gonna have a next button, and what we need from the next button is we actually need the number of months as well as if they're using page navigation or not. And that's how we'll determine how far to move the months. That's interesting to me. Is there already an issue for this? Like, are we tracking this issue? Because like min and max are stores here in the options. So I think you'll be able to see them or update them, but there may be something else. If you've already tried that, there's probably some other logic that I haven't looked into yet. But I know the slider is one of those finicky components. Okay, so I want to click on the next button. We need to get the number of months, and then we'll also get, actually, I guess we should do if get paged navigation. Oh my God, I'm typing is so bad. I haven't typed all day. If get page navigation, then we'll have the, yeah, take a look at the options store that you can destructure and then just like subscribe to that value. And you can also, you should be able to update it too. So yeah, I guess if you're trying to use it in a sense of, like if you're trying to make this reactive, that's just not going to happen. Like you're not going to be able to set, you're not going to be able to update this. Instead, because these are just what's used to like create the slider initially. If you want to update something after the fact, after it's been created, then you can destructure from the options object like min, max, and then I could just, you know, on some thing that happens, I can just set min equals whatever, or do a min.update, min.set, and it will react inside of the component as well. Yeah. That should get you there. Okay, so in here, we're using like, wait, what are we doing here? And then I know add doesn't mutate the date. So we should actually just return this, I think. This will be preview button, and we'll just subtract instead of add. And then we should do preview button, next button, and then these will exist outside of the outside of like the months, right? Because this is going to switch the entire view. So we can think of this as like our calendar view, and then up here we'll have like navigation buttons. Don't know how it's going to look, but let's just see. Hey, Kareem, good morning. Welcome to the stream, man. Hey, Nick, take care. Jackson, see ya. What's up, Jaguar? Welcome to the stream. Oh, what did I do there? I did something inappropriate. Oh, whoops. Think it should get me there? Okay, whatever. Pretty sure I'm already doing this somewhere else, but... Hey, Hardeep. You're welcome for the stream. I'm glad to have you here. Okay, so now we have this preview next. So if I hit next, nothing happens. Okay, that's not a good sign. Okay, so this effect here is run whenever we update the active date. So I'm thinking we need to like conditionally, because what's happening here is that like this thing is basically overriding what we're trying to do, I'm pretty sure. So this is like the behavior for if we're not using page navigation. So we can just do this and not page navigation. I think this actually, no, this won't work. This is not what's happening. Okay, so we're basically getting the number of months that we want to display. If it's greater than 1, then we're basically updating the months with our new months, or with the additional months. So if we had, by default, it's always going to be the first month, and then it could be 3, 4, 5, whatever. We're just pushing those into the months store, which is an array of dates. But I think this is interfering with what I'm trying to do. Because actually it shouldn't be. Interesting. So it's not actually even updating the... Oh, you guys know why? Because I'm seriously an idiot and didn't update my prop in the component here. So let's just do page navigation. We can just use the proper props here. And we'll set it to false by default. And then in our page, we'll set paged to true. Okay. Okay, so it doesn't appear it's even, oh man, I am slow today. I apologize. I never actually passed the prop into the builder. Sheesh. Okay, so this is working. January, February, if I go back, I should see November, December, and I do. Now, of course, the styles here aren't, you know, exquisite yet, but and really in this view here, we're rendering the selected value for each, when really this should just be like a single calendar, right? So they shouldn't, there's not, each of the months don't have their own selected dates. So I just need to move this around since we refactored how we're rendering out the calendar. So instead of doing the selected values here, I could just do it somewhere else. So outside of all of them, so in here. I think. Yeah, so now we just have a single selected date over here being displayed. That's annoying, actually, the Fathom. Okay, cool. So we have page navigation, or paged pagination, whatever the hell you want to call this, working just fine. Again, the style's a little bit weird, but it does in fact work. And then if we disable the page navigation, then we want those buttons to just shift by a month. Which would basically be the next month button. Which I'm not even really sure. Oh, get next month. That's what we're doing here. Okay, I see. Then we can just return d.subtract, or I'm sorry, d.add 1 month to date. Okay. So I wonder if Day.js has like a helper for this. It's my first time using it in a project, so I've used Data.fns before, but so far I'm actually liking Day.js. It's not too bad. Manipulate. Okay, so I can add an exact week. Now, I don't really know if this is a great function name, and I didn't create this. I'm assuming it's only being called whenever we're on a Sunday. But I normally it should be called like get same day of previous week or something like that, right? Get date, get last week date. I don't really know what the hell to name this either, so I guess I'll leave it alone for now, but we'll do Day.js here, and then we'll just return d subtract 1 and then week. And I want to say that should give us the same results. Okay, and then get next Saturday actually gets... it shouldn't be Antonio, but if it is, yeah, I'm not getting insecure. I know people have had issues with it, like the VPNs, but I'm not sure why. If you're using a VPN, I mean, we're deployed to Vercel. So my guess is that when the individual who made this, who I guess started this date picker originally, they were using these functions in like very specific places. So like get next Saturday seems to be, I guess I can find out. Let's just look at the get next Saturday. So it's getting the last date. It's getting the next Saturday of the last date in the dates array. So maybe I'll leave that alone for now because I don't want to break something. I don't know if I actually already broke the I think I actually already broke something. I think I broke something with the last Sunday thing. So let me just... Yeah, I did. Hey, Antonio, it's good to hear. You've been tuning in to streams for quite some time, since I think I first streamed. Your avatar and name are very familiar. So I appreciate you coming back after my 7-month hiatus. Were you here in the days when I didn't know TypeScript? When I was learning TypeScript on stream? Yes, I just started using TypeScript probably like, I don't know, a year ago? Maybe a little less than a year ago. I recently got Total TypeScript by Matt Pocock. Made the investment in myself to ascend to wizardry. I actually was doing some of that yesterday. So far, it's really good. No webcam days, yep. All right, then. You've seen me at my worst, so I guess it, nowhere to go from up, nowhere to go but up in your eyes, I guess, from there. Okay, so we have pagination working, it appears, right? Now, something I actually want to fix the way that we're doing is in the date picker component, we're doing this like last month dates, next month dates. And that's to enable us to render out these different things, these additional dates. But I really don't know if that's... Actually, I think I know why that's... I think I know why we're doing that. Because this will give us, I guess, control over the styles. So... like if I wanted to disable the next month dates, I could just do this. And actually, this is off. There's 231s here. Okay, let me just undo all this menace work that I've done and actually grasp how it was being done before. Because it was good before, I thought. Has this always been an issue here? I didn't think it was, but I guess I haven't changed anything else on this commit, so... Yeah, maybe I just rewrite this logic here because we're using day.js and okay, so this is the number of days in the month. So I should be able to get this from day.js as well. Get maybe not. Maybe this is what we want, and then we can do like as days. So I can just do, and again, I haven't done this before, so bear with me. Do I need to do day.js dot extend first? Duration. I need to import something. Is there a... Days in month, gosh. Okay, that's what I was looking for. So it'd be that date. So we'd have so there's 30 in this month, 31 in the next month. Okay, cool. So we're building this out. And I'm imagining this is just creating a date for each one of the dates in that month. And I'm pretty sure there's actually like an array helper over here that I saw. On Arc on Windows, Yeah, I switched to Mac for, yeah, the developer plugins like Raycast is super nice as well. Like Raycast is so nice. Like I don't even know how I was doing things without that before. Okay. So we're basically making an array from the days in the month. Which that should still be fine. Yeah, so that is fine. That's working fine. Now, get last Sunday. Is taking the first date in the array, so the previous Sunday before the first day of the month. So the first index of this array, and then we're running this get last Sunday, which is we're setting the date to get date minus get day. Okay, so it appears to be actually an issue with the next one, the next Saturday, because it's messing up. It's adding 31st twice. Oh, whoops. Yeah, okay, so it's including a date inside of this month, which is not okay. So I'm wondering if we just do... I broke something. Absolutely not. It's not the move. Oh yeah, no shit, because okay, so for get days between, this is non-inclusive. So we shouldn't be including the current dates in this array. Actually, yeah. So we're adding 1 to the current date that's passed in as a start. But I wonder if we're actually... Okay, right, so the last date of this month is October 31st, which is right. And that's what we're accessing here as the start. And then, whoops. And then next month dates, we're using that as a start, and then we're getting next Saturday. We're using Day.js for now, Timmy. Yeah, we're using Day.js. So far, we haven't had any issues with it yet. Like with it not doing something we need to do. But right now, I'm going through the older code that the person that started this date picker out originally has, which is why you see some of these date manipulations going on directly with the dates. So I'm just trying to dissect what they had going on here, so I can convert it into full Day.js. Okay, so my question is, how is next month dates? So let's just do next month dates. Days. Okay, so we're starting at October 31st. Now, somehow next month days is being October 31st is being included in that. I'm not exactly sure how, because get days in between, I probably have some logic busted here, so let me just figure this out. So decurrent is the start date, which is, in this case here, October 31st. We're passing that in here as the get days between. Wait, what the hell? Hold on. Next Saturday, dates array is essentially... Okay, so we're getting the next Saturday from this date. So from the last day of this month, we want the next Saturday. That's fine, I think. Really, the issue is that this get days in between is including the first date. So here's what's getting returned. This is what's being passed. And I thought this decurrent logic here would prevent that from happening. Oh. Yo. It might actually help if I specify the day that we're going to add a day instead of... Who knows what that was adding. Okay, so that's cleaned up now. Okay, so now we have page navigation working here, as you can see, and then we should be able to toggle that off. So if we just remove this prop altogether, it should now just flip through month by month. Okay, and that doesn't work because we haven't handled that logic yet, so let's do that. Okay, so that's gonna be the next button. Yeah, so we're only handling if page navigation. Else, and actually I want to return here. And otherwise, we're just gonna do this. Wait, actually. Actually, yeah, we'll just do activate dot update, and then we're just gonna add 1 month, or yeah, next would add 1 month to the date, and then the same thing goes for the previous, except we're gonna subtract the month. Yeah, John, Michelle. Yeah, it could be less indented, I guess, but like we're just scoping everything into this. So instead of having to pass things into other functions, we're just using this. It's like essentially our global state here for this specific calendar, or this date picker. But yeah. All right. This is fine. This should be good now. Maybe. Yep, so that's exactly how it should work. Whoops. Okay, so we have that going for us now. We already have the outside dates being able to be displayed. Now this show week number, I don't think we really need this. I think that you should be able to add this, or the user should be able to add this themselves, considering they have access to the date. So they could just do that themselves when they're actually rendering it out. If they wanted to display it, they have access to the date itself. So they could easily show a date or a week number if they wanted to. Now, I know we talked about localization, but I'm not sure if this is even something we need to handle from the library's perspective. Because you have the date. How you display it is really up to you. You could put it in Pig Latin if you wanted to. Whereas this is like an actual component, so they have more... they're actually rendering out the day picker, which is something I would have to do in bits probably. But I don't know if it really needs to happen in Melt. Yeah, and same thing with all these classes. Like, we don't need the caption layout. We don't need the class name, components. The default month we already cover with the active date. Disable navigation. This will just be something that that you could handle, I think. We could do the fixed weeks, I guess. Yeah. Hey, Leve. Thank you. I'm happy to hear that. You're very welcome. I guess we could do earliest, latest. I'm trying to think here. I guess, like, what is within the scope of Melt? I guess earliest and latest would be good. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think about, Timmy. So I don't know if you're here at the beginning of the stream, but basically we're gonna be doing like a calendar builder slash store slash thing. We haven't really like decided on the specifics yet, but basically you're gonna be able to like render out a calendar by itself if you want, and then do things with that. And then we'll use that inside of the actual date picker. So our date picker, we can get to, align with this, with the ARIA spec here, out of the box. So you can just use it kind of like our select or our drop downs, or combo box, things like that. But then, if you just want to display a calendar on your page, like you want to have a Google Calendar clone or whatever, then you could just use the calendar, and it doesn't come with like, the input and all that stuff. And it's, the caveat for that is it's up to you to apply the attributes. We're going to give you the functions to update, to the next month, previous month, whatever. But it'll be up to you to apply the right attributes. Hey, Paolo, what's up? It's going great. It's good to see you, man. Did I have a look in the Svelte picker? I actually did not get a chance, Maxime. I kind of took like a break yesterday. This is nice, actually. This site is really fast. It's definitely static generated, I think. Yeah, so again, like, I guess the idea here is that we'd be able to build like your own Svelte picker with the builders. Svelte flat picker. Yeah, I know. Well, Paolo, we were discussing yesterday, myself and Tomas were discussing, I guess, how to best approach it, because we want it to be able to be functional as a date picker, like out of the box. But then we also want to be able to use that calendar for other things too. Like if you wanted to have a Google Calendar clone or you wanted to do something like that. So what we're probably going to do is similar to the menu. We're going to have like a calendar builder, or really just a calendar store. And yeah, so we're trying to figure that out, but hey, Hunter, loving the camera quality. Thank you, P. That's my wonderful girlfriend supporting the stream there. Yeah, I got a new lens recently. I was telling the stream the other day that I'm gonna need you to help me with the backdrop, make it more aesthetically pleasing. To be fair, she has been trying to get me to get things, but I'm just like, Yo, what's up, Rust Enjoyer? Yeah, Timmy. I guess the issue with that is how do we want to handle that, right? Because there's still like the accessibility piece of it when it comes to like building a calendar on a page, right? Problem is that we don't know how you might want to build your calendar. So we're thinking of just like exposing functions that would be like next month, next year, next, go to next month, go to next year, select date, things like that. We have to work that piece out for sure. It's tricky. Yeah, so far it's looking good though. Like as far as like from a calendar perspective, I think. Obviously not like aesthetically pleasing just yet, but functionality wise it's working. So I guess I can do the fixed week. I gotta figure out what that even entails. Always displaying 6 weeks per month. So right now we're just finishing out the current week. So for example here, since this one starts in this week, we're able to render out the other days of this week, which is kind of a common calendar format. But oddly enough here, we should be displaying, I think I feel like we should be displaying, we're missing like a number here. We should be having a 1 here. So I must have broke something. Yeah, Paolo, but the only thing is like there's I guess there's more that goes into it than that, because we have to also handle how the keyboard interaction occurs in the calendar as well. So like looking at this date picker, which is what I was checking out yesterday just to kind of get an idea, like, you know, tab navigation navigates the control, I guess the control. So being able to switch years, switch month, cancel, okay. But as far as like selecting a specific date, we then tab into the active date or the selected date, and then we use arrows to navigate through. And we can also go like to the next month, which I think is a good thing. So you don't have to go, okay, I've reached the end of this month. Let me go back up here, go back, hit the next month. And then I'm in the 30th still in this date. So I got to go back. So like out of the box, I want to have like this functionality, right? For the date picker itself. The problem is like, again, mixing those two, like, I don't know if it'll be entirely separate, if it'll be the same. I think what I did with the menus was I kind of just did them both. I did them and I pretty much like duplicated it. And then afterwards went back and refactored and like combined some of the logic into one place that could exist in a single place. But of course, there's also like a date picker combo box, right? So what did I say I was going to do? Fixed weeks. Let me get the fixed weeks in. And then I think maybe I'll start to like work on the input piece of it. Yeah, right. Seriously. Yeah, we could, Paolo. We certainly could. But again, at that point, like, I think that we would just honestly be better off. It would be less confusing for the user just to make it a separate thing. Maybe. Again, I don't know. Because then we're having to like conditionally return different stores depending on what you're using, and also like conditionally handling all the different ways that those things work. It'll probably be a separate builder, or it'll be a store. like Tomas and I were saying yesterday, probably a store. And then it'll be up to you to apply the right attributes if you want to use the calendar by itself and build out your own calendar component, because there's no way for us to predict if you want to use a select, if you want to use this, that. Like the options with these are limitless, which is why I was avoiding doing this one. It's like crippling. There's like a crippling amount of options to where you feel like you're never going to have it match for everybody. So fixed weeks, 6 weeks per month, regardless of the number of weeks. And this will prevent the weird thing that keeps happening with our styles. So when I flip through these, like this one here shows this. But actually, before I get off track here, I feel like this should be populating this last date here as well. Or is this how they should look? No, there's no way. This does not look... Have I seen the Airbnb calendar one? No, I haven't. I don't even know if I want to at this point. I have seen like 6 different ones, 6 different component libraries, like Material UI, Mantine, a few of the other ones. And they all do it differently, and they all have different things. Yeah, I agree with that, to me. I'm not really sure why this is happening like this, though. So it's stopping at Saturday. Or is that Sunday? Hold on. Maybe I should like put the damn day up there. I guess what is today right now? The 16th? This is Saturday, this is Sunday, this starts on a Monday. So it's stopping at Saturday, which makes sense because that says next Saturday. But maybe this should be next Sunday. Let's see if Copilot is right about that. Let's find out. Then this would depend on, I guess, what day of the week your calendar starts on. Uh-oh, I think I sent it into an infinite loop. I feel like the most common is for the Sunday to be first. So we have like some shit backwards here with like our defaults. I also want to be able to change, I guess, what day of the week or what day the week starts on. Oh. Yeah, I know. 100%. I kind of just want to like blow out all of this logic that was here before because I didn't write it, and it's kind of like the only thing we're using this dates array for is like getting the first day of the month and getting the last day of the month. What's up, obviously, programmer? Yeah, Paolo. This is honestly more difficult than like a menu, to be honest. In a sense of just like considering all the possible use cases. It's kind of stressed me the hell out. I want to get the days in a month. And I want to have just an easy way to do it, like with this. Days in month. Actually, I'm already doing that. But then we're populating, I guess, the first day of that month. Oh, okay. I think I can just do this. First day. So, is this a thing? Wow, that was pathetically easy. So in this case here, I don't even need this dates array. First day, last day. We are using this for something. Oh, for the dates. Oh yeah, I know what we're doing. We're doing that. Shit. Okay, I think we're good. Think. Yeah, okay. We're back where we were, but we're using day.js a little bit more here. Yes, we have active date, blue unicorn, which is basically how you can control like which months are active and stuff. That's what keeps changing here as I move this around. Hey, Andy or Ande, what's up? Okay, so it's crazy that you're tackling this. Yeah, and in fact, I'm doing it live is makes it a little bit more difficult. Put me to the test here. Okay, so we're doing some weird stuff here. So Saturday should be inclusive. So that's the issue here, is get days in between for the next month dates. We're getting next Saturday, but next Saturday isn't actually being included. So we could do this. We could do day.js next Saturday dot add one day to date. Okay, and that works for what? Why does it only work for some months? Hey, Bobo. What's up? Yeah, I should have it on now. I have all chat or live chat on now. Yeah, I felt like an ass because when I reviewed the stream, I saw messages that I didn't actually see when I was streaming, and I just ignored them. It's kind of messed up. Okay, why could this be happening? Why for the first month in the view is it showing the right dates? So I go back here. Oh, because we're starting on a. This is actually a Monday. God, this is gonna. Because we're gonna have to change. We're gonna have to make that an option anyways. So like, what day the week starts on. So I guess I need to like make this more versatile here. Because right now it's just kind of like programmatic. We're just like getting the next Sunday, and that's how we're determining what is the next, how far in the next week do we go. When really it should be like, go to the last day displayed in this week for the end days, and then go to the last day displayed in the week for the start. So like next Saturday, should be, I guess, this is like making an assumption here, though. This is making an assumption that this is a Sunday or something. Right? Yeah, here's the thing though. Okay, so when Sunday's the first day of the week, we have to do these things, right? So really what I need to do is I need to figure out what is the last day of the week, and then get the difference between that and whatever the actual last date of the month that should be displayed is, I think is what I need to do. So I guess we can just do this over here first so I can actually, before I throw it into another loop. So we have the last day of the month already. I don't think we need, again, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm like pretty sure that we won't need to be locale aware because of the fact that we're returning the dates, and it can be, again, converted to whatever. Okay, so 6 is Saturday. So and really I should probably just make these this and then do 2 date here. Okay, so I have the last day of the month. So day of, what is it? That day. That should be a number between 0 and 6. And if I want to get, which I think in this case right now our calendar is what's Monday to Sunday. So let's just say for right now I want to get the up to Sunday in the next month, if it isn't already Sunday. Sunday is 0. In this case here, our last day should be 6. And I'm just gonna like kind of manually hack this, and then we'll functionize it here in a bit. So if the last day is 6, actually, wait a second. I just need like the last date that I'm gonna get. Next Saturday, start of week, select the date. Yeah, I'm just trying to think about, like, we have day.js here. I need to be able to adjust what day that is. Or, I see what you're saying. I think it's what we're doing here, but it feels like it's not working like that. Like, get next Saturday, 6. It's because we're doing I think it's because we're doing Saturday instead of Sunday. And we're not taking into account the start of the week. But I thought when I changed this, it was actually getting... Yeah, this should work. Because if it's 4, then, like, if it's like the 4th, then we get 2 more additional dates. Or we get the 2, which would be where it ends, then we get the dates in between. But I have something jacked here. And I think because we're starting on a Monday, so we actually need to add one to this, right? I need to figure this out. Just give me a few minutes to wrap my tiny brain around this. Like, I feel like part of me thinks this should be like add 1 day. That absolutely does not work. What's up, Bullet? Welcome to the stream. Okay, so let's just try this again. Okay, so we have day.js here. We're going to pass in the date. Okay, if I want to get the if we're ending on a Saturday, it's 6. Oh, I just need to add, I should just need to add the days. I should just need to add the days in between those two. Which I think what we're doing here already. So RD, I got your message. Let me see here. This is the only change, right? This is it. This is what I added a minute ago to do something. Yeah, so by doing this, we're actually, if we don't add this day here, this becomes inclusive. That's why I added that there. So it's actually getting days in between also gets the first date past like the start date, which I don't want. I want only the days in between those 2 days. Use data finesse. No, I'll be able to figure this out. I'm curious as to why. Like what's curious to me is that why do there's something here that we're missing. I gotta turn this song off. This is too high for me right now. I'm trying to focus. So why is this one works fine, right? This calendar, this one works fine. It's like only if it's this one, neither of them. So like what's annoying though is that whenever like you might think, okay, why don't we just add, like we're obviously missing one here, but then in this case, this month would end up being an extra day. I guess like what is and this one looks really messed up. This is really bad. This one's wrong. That's exactly what I'm trying to get to, Ben. That's if I can solve that, then I think we're good. So this is a problem because we're not checking to see if the current date is already the last date, like is already the Saturday or whatever that we want, Sunday in this case. So like really we need to say if day is equal to 6, then we just want to return day.to string. Actually, d.toString or toDate. And I think that will get rid of that issue. It doesn't, because this is actually a Sunday. I think it's because we're displaying it backwards, so we're like confusing ourselves maybe a bit here. That should be an option to configure the days, like what date the month ends on or whatever, or the weekends and or what day the week starts on. But for now, I just want to start on Sunday. And I think we're starting on Monday, because today is September 16th and it's a Saturday. So yeah, we're starting on a Monday at this point. Hey, Amar, what's up? Good day to you too. Okay, so maybe I need to start the week on a Monday. Or I'm sorry, a Sunday. That's really what I want to do immediately. So, which it should already be doing. I think that's where we're kind of messed up here. Something else is messed up. Okay, let me think about this for a second. So last month days, we're getting the days in between last Sunday, but we really should be, last Sunday should be included in that. So beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We did it. Finally. I was just being stupid. The day picker is good so far. It's just really complex. It's more complex than I even thought it would be, and I had high expectations for the complexity of it. Just a lot of options and stuff to think about. Right now we're just working on like the visual appearance of it, I guess, or like how it's displayed, and then being able to configure the view. And then next up, we're going to do like the actual input itself and the accessibility attributes, navigation, things like that. Okay, so but I feel like this is maybe, this doesn't look very pretty. But this is working, thank God. Okay. Now, if we want to change, I think it's probably best if we change, or if we start to work on the option to change what day of the week the month starts on. Or I'm sorry, what day of the week the week starts on. So in this case here, rather than doing like get last Sunday, we need to do some type of get last whatever day is the first day. So rather than it being hard coded to, actually this should really just be, this should be fine. It's more so a matter of getting the previous days and the next days. Last first day of week, right? So really, I probably should have some type of like map set up to where, whoops, this is the wrong. I guess I gotta choose a number. Or do we want to make it pretty and be like, I think this makes sense. What's up, Mr. John? I think I'm not playing with the dates. The dates are playing with me at this point. I'd put them in the dominant position in this relationship. Okay, so whenever I pass in, let's actually get that option now. So the defaults for that is going to be first, what is it? First day of week? Or start? Maybe I should do first day of week. Okay, so now instead of, I guess, going to the last Sunday, like we're doing now, because that's where we want to go, we actually want to go to the last, or the first day of week, right? So like instead of get last Sunday, I'm just going to leave this and just, let's see here. Get, get last first. This is so ugly. We should probably also take in like the start of week, right? So start of week is number. Okay, so here, actually, this should still work. Wait, this should still work, I think. Because nothing in here we're doing this specific, so there's something else I think I have to like adjust. Basically, I want to take the first day of the month and I want to go back. I want to find the difference. I want to find all the dates that are in between the first day of the week, the closest first day of the week. Yeah, good question. I didn't write that one, but it's working so far. That's what I think it's just going back a week. Or it's subtracting the... Okay, so I think it's because it's a Sunday. It's subtracting 6. Not this one. This one. Actually, I have no clue, to be honest with you. Honestly, I have no clue. So all I know is we're passing it the first day of the month as a date. It's taking that, getting the date of the month, and then subtracting it by the date, by the day of the week. So I guess if it's but I'm not too sure, like, it'll give you the day of week 0. Yeah, but I guess what I want to do is customize this. Okay, give me a second to use the restroom. I'll be right back. And we'll figure this out. Okay, I'm back. Did I think I'm back. Where'd my music go? Okay. So honestly, I want to get the last first day of the week. I get the. So if we create an AJS object here, and you could say if d.day, yep, is equal to the first day of the week, then we're going to return that day. Otherwise, we just need to subtract, basically do what we're doing here. Subtract, essentially. First day of week minus day, right? So if we had day, day, first day of week, or we need to do day minus the first day of the week. Or maybe add, wait. Shit, man, my head is like not in it right now. I'll figure that out in a minute. Let me just see what happens here when I do this. So we know that we're starting at Sunday by default. Okay, so this is definitely not I don't think this is accurate here. So they set the first day of the week to 2. And we're currently on Hey, thank you, H. Muhammad. Appreciate that. Yeah, why is this like throwing me off so hard right now? Okay, so if I pass in a number, right, that's where the month's going to start. So basically, if the first day of the month does not start on that date, we need to go back. We need to get all the dates in between that first day and the first day of the month. So the first, go back that many days until we hit that day of the week, and then get all those dates from the previous month to display. So I know what needs to happen. I'm just kind of being slow right now. So first, I guess, so in this case here, we should always be getting like Sunday right now because we're defaulting it to a Sunday. So in this console log here, which I think is the only one we have, we're obviously displaying 2 because we have 2 months being displayed. But it should be Sunday for both of these. and Sunday for one of them. Oh, maybe I need to, oh, hold on. Is this what I need to do? Absolutely not. Okay, so let's just say let's say in this case, we know our first day of the week is 0. Okay. So first day of the week is 0. If this is 0, which means it's already a Sunday, we're going to return that. Otherwise, we need to take the current day we have to assume that this day is going to be ahead of that one. So take the current day and we subtract the first day of the week. So if we're on a Friday or Saturday, we know it's going to be subtract 6 minus, oh, it needs to be first day of the week. There's no way. This is so wrong. Okay, difference. Let's see a difference here. So difference is going to be day. Day will be larger than actually, it could be smaller, I guess, too, right? Yeah, it could be smaller. So basically we have to just like I almost have a guarantee this is incorrect. See if Copilot can figure it out for me. Who was in here saying Copilot was stupid the other day? I'm stupid. Which this makes sense, right? So if the first day of the week is greater than the day, then we're basically taking the day, adding 7 to it to get us, I guess, into some type of positive territory, and then subtracting the first day of the week. So we can go back, you know, more than what we had to begin with. Yeah, right, dude. Dates are such a pain. Okay, so now let's just try to set like the first day of the week to something else. starting on Wednesday, right? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yep, starting on Wednesday. Nice. Okay, but the display is not. Oh, I'm not doing anything with that though. That's why I'm not doing anything with it yet in the builder. So I actually need to. I was just testing that this worked. So in reality, this should be, instead of get last Sunday, it should be get last first day of the week. This. It's going to break again, which is fine. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it is starting on the right date now. So basically we have to do the same thing now, but for get next Saturday. I know we should. Just realized my IQ is very low. I came to that realization about 28 years ago. Okay, I guess this is actually going to be, okay, so first day of week is greater than day. Okay, that's definitely busted. So I guess in this case here, actually we need to go -1. So okay, so for this one here, let's think about this for a second, okay? So we know the first day of the week. So to get the last day of the week, we can basically take what, 7? Yeah, but this could end up being like, okay, this works as well. If it's 0, it's going to be 6. If it's whatever else, it's going to be this minus 1. Let's just see if Copilot can get me there. I know I like the mod. It appears to work. Yeah, sometimes I prefer just to use the ternary instead of mod because it can be more difficult to read. Like when I read that, I'm able to read it and see what it means, okay? But here I'm like, okay, if the first day of the week is 0, then we're going to use 6, which is the last day of the week. Otherwise, we're just going to take one off. Okay, so that works. Incredible. And now change. Yeah, I need to add labels. That was something I was thinking about. And funny enough, I guess I could just do it manually. But this is gonna be kind of messed up. So I should just grab like the first. I guess I should grab the first few days. The problem is though, as I need the last month and I was gonna try to use the actual days to render it, but I think we might have to just like. I guess we could do that. What, like here maybe? It seems to be the same thing. So maybe we could just do it here. It should only ever be like one of these two though, right? So we shouldn't have the last month dates being used to like display the this is gonna be messed up though. So let me just do this manually real quick. Actually, I should be able to just do an array up here. I guess how do we want to do that then? Because I guess we could just return like dates. I guess like the first few dates. Actually, we could just grab the first few dates from the first two. Whatever. Probably. That's what I was thinking. Like probably just like but again, the localization piece is my concern. So what I would think about would be like the first, like, it would have to be the first 7 days. But then depending on if it is, if you're starting on a Sunday, or if you're using the last month dates in there as well, then we have to make that adjustment. So maybe not. It'd be nice if it was able to, like, I guess, be reactive. So in this case, it's actually, we're starting on Wednesday. And I should probably like abbreviate these. There we go. I've never seen a counter that starts on a Wednesday before, but here we have one. Okay, so we have pagination working. We have the ability to customize what day of the week is displayed first. Obviously, like, I guess, I mean, I'm trying to think if that's something that we should handle in the builder or not, like putting the date. That's what I'm thinking about right now. And also, I'm about to change this really quick because I don't like them using like a mix. I don't remember what the appropriate way to display that is, but I'll figure it out. There we go. And now this part is going to be the tricky part too, is the ISO week. So we're always showing like 6 weeks or whatever, or fixed weeks. Yeah, probably unicorn. I was just thinking more so about like just returning an array of dates, like array of the first, I guess, 7 dates that you could use to then render out like that a bit easier. So it'd be reactive. So as those first 7 dates change, or as, you know, internals change, if you updated, I guess, the order of, or which day of the week it started on, it would also update that array, which I don't think would be too insane to do. I could just set up like a derived store. Because we're always going to have the last month dates, right? We'll always have those if those are being displayed though. But even if they aren't, we still want to account for those in the mix. So maybe that is something I could probably do real quick. So it'd probably just be like, shit, I'm kind of doing this in here though. Actually, Let's see here. This would be we want the last month dates. We also want the months, which are and then we can just do and so this gives us the first of the month right here, but we actually want to only get the difference in 7. So we want to take last month dates dot length 7 minus previous month days. But instead of returning like we just want to return the date so they can format it whenever. Yeah. D.toString or toDate. Sorry. And we could just do something like states, days of week. I want to say this should work. Maybe we'll find out. Hey, Luigi, things are going good. Things are going good. Still struggling a bit, but you know, trying to be too hard on myself. This is my first time building like a date picker. Good learning experience for me. Okay, so then here we would just do, instead of doing this craziness, we would want to do each days of week as day, but then it's going to be an array. So we need to do day.to date string. I need to see, that's the thing. I suck at the I don't know the options and stuff to actually make this just show a... Oh, actually, I need to do the international format. So maybe I just use day.js here. So let's do day.js. Pass in the day, which is going to be a date. .to string. Let's check the docs. It might be, honestly. To be honest, I didn't look at the source code, but it seems like it might be. I have no clue what the hell is going on here right now. Dot format MMM, that's all I gotta do. Oh, hold on. I think it should be like what? Something else. Hold on, I'm doing something wrong, I think, in this derived store though. Am I even... Yeah, so I'm literally not even... I'm not even adding the last month days in this. I could just do this also. Nice, now we're displaying the month. Robbie, what's up? DD is what I need to do, DD. There we go, look at that, wow. And then, what's incredible is if I, for example, were to just add a button up here. Change day of week to Sunday, for example. We could just do I'll keep getting this. Oh, actually, it's not gonna be reactive. Oh yeah, that's why. I know why. Actually, hold on. No shit. Actually, I know why this is happening. It's because I'm not, something isn't reactive. It's most likely how it generates the dates the first time. So we'll get this later on. But the idea would be able to do that. I could change that and then it would reactively update the days based on that. But right now it just seems like it's just generating it once. So probably need to make that Oh yeah. I am porting one from React pretty much, but the problem is that like our pattern's just different. I'm pretty much using like React Date Picker as an example, but like the builder pattern is just different. And I've been working on the date picker since I've been working on it. I've been streaming, so a couple days. And someone else did start this. I just kind of took over. Yeah, the builder pattern is relatively unique, so I guess it's not as simple as just like a quick port over from React because those are components. Yeah, of course. I mean, we're getting pretty close to like having it done, I guess, at least to like a minimum standard. Dude, what am I doing wrong here? Hey, Blue Unicorn, I thought you were going to do that. I thought you said yesterday you were going to do that. Don't let the community down now. They're depending on you. I wonder if it's... What did I do? Not really sure what this is telling me here. I mean, it's obviously... Oh, no shit. Wait, no, this is fine. No, it's not. Yeah, they're honestly nice, Maxime, from a component development perspective. I want to say it's this. Oh, I know why. Because months isn't populated until we do something. Wait. Yeah, see how they're both empty there? Actually, I could just do this. Just 'cause I was trying to be clever there. Actually, let me just do this. Hold on. There we go. Hey, that's awesome, Robbie. Thank you. Or Roby. Which video? Which one was it? Oh, Discover Melt. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think it's really flexible. And this is just amazing how this only works on the first month. Actually, whoops. You think that's what it is? Oh. Only so many months does it doesn't have those days. Oh, I know why. Really, it should be if not this. Yeah, there we go. It's because it last month, yeah. Last month dates don't always have one. So like for example on May, it was just returning because May doesn't have any last month dates that it wants to include. Hey Jackson, that's awesome to hear. Did it? You're right, it did. Shit. I just committed to whatever. Let's see. Maybe it should be 6. Oh, wait. No, it should be 7, but there's something else here that's busted. Let's see. Oh, wait. It's doing something weird. On the ones that don't have any... Yo, yikes. Oh, whoops, sorry. Same problem. Why is that happening? So, so in this case here, I wonder if it's because there's like 2 here. All right, Ben, let's see if you're right here. This is a we're not doing, yeah, so we're not getting the first day of week there. I guess we could. Well, I should be able to do this from here. Why can't I do this from here? That's my question. Like, why is this not working? That's more. So I'm creating an array of dates, 7 minus the total number of dates from the last month. If this is 0, it'll give us 7. If not, it'll give us whatever this is. And then I'm getting the days from the month, right? And then if there are days in the last month dates, which is an array of dates, then we're taking those and we're adding the days onto it. Otherwise, we're returning days. Okay, this is 0. We're still gonna get 7 days. It should be the first 7 days of the month. I think it's tripping out because we have these 2 months here. But either way, it should still eventually end up in the same place. That's my concern. And it's only when, I mean, look at this one. So because these are the exact same and they both start at the same place, we get it correct. But if we have one that starts on this day and one that starts on this day, then we have an issue. I'm formatting on in the component itself. I'm just returning the days here. So all I want to return here is just the dates. Oh, hold on. All right, we're in business. We are in business. Yeah, so basically, I was just doing it. I was using, and I'm not even sure if we're even using this store anywhere, are we? Or not? We don't need those anymore. Yeah, we don't need those anymore. That's where I was getting thrown off, because what was happening was we were trying to use the first month's dates with the last month's, or with the, you know, the final month that went through the mix. So we got that. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna hop off here. I'm going at it for what, 3 hours now? Yeah, 3 hours. Yeah, so I'm gonna hop off here for a bit, go have dinner and stuff. I might stream tomorrow again. We'll see. Either way, expect this to be ready to roll relatively soon. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. Appreciate it.